All right. Well, here we go. Donnie, just you and me today. Welcome back to the TMRW Podcast. This is the last episode of the season.
Dude, it's been a good season one. I think this is our 11th episode, just doing this for me and you today.
Dude, we're not babies anymore.
We're not babies.
We're not babies anymore.
Yeah.
We're not baby deer. We can walk on our own.
No, we've had some really cool guests join us this season. It's been a fun time, and we both discussed, I think it would be better if we close this season out with just us two, leading into 2025, kind of the lineup we're setting up for that. Super excited for that one. But dude, been an awesome season. It's been cool. I wasn't really that excited to do a podcast, but as we've done it and as it's progressed, I've learned a lot just through the guests that we've had. It's been a good opportunity to connect, and it's just been a good time. It really has.
Dude, it has. We've said it before. Everybody's got a podcast, right? So I mean, there's a million of these out there right now, and a lot of people are talking about the exact same stuff, and some people are different. And I never wanted to do this forcefully. Didn't want to, have a podcast that's just the same as everybody else. So we try to spin it up a little bit, twist it up a little bit. We have some really good guests, and I think some of those will repeat, like to your point, this next year, and it'll be really fun. To your point, just you and me, lowly old me, wonderful you, and it balances out. Here's the deal. Want to talk a little bit. And for the viewers, anybody who's listened to us before knows that this is a sales-oriented podcast. We talk a lot about leadership and, personal development and all that kind of stuff, the skills that you want to be, successful in life. I want to talk about confidence, Donnie, and here's the deal. I don't want to beat a dead horse. Everybody and their mother who runs a sales podcast talks about confidence and how key it is. And I think there's a reason for that. Obviously, there's a reason why it's a repeat topic. But I want to put a little bit of a different twist on it. There are so many people that are successful for whatever reason. And all too often, that little bit of success makes them, the expert in everything. I don't want to get into that world, and I don't want to talk about how, I'm an expert in politics or I'm an expert in religion. I want to talk about, my walk of life and how I was able to conjure up a little bit of confidence through sales.
I think there's a lot of variety of different pieces of confidence too. When we're kind of talking about this, I'm a huge sports fan, and the people that listen to this have heard me bring up USC multiple times. They're the best team in college sports history. No, I'm kidding. They're having a rough year. It's okay.
Love them, yeah.
It's okay. Yeah. But someone that comes to mind instantly. When we're talking about confidence, actually, and it's kind of funny, is Conor McGregor.
Yeah, you love him.
Conor's a funny guy. I've followed him ever since he's kind of hit the map in UFC a little bit. I know he's kind of out of it now, but that dude has so much confidence and has gotten him so far in life because he has that confidence, and he's just such a good promoter. Yeah, it's unbelievable.
Yeah,
unbelievable.
He's the best at what he does, and look. You actually took a vein out of what I wanted to talk about, is that, we use on this specific panel, we use sales as that platform to gain confidence and to promote ourselves. Athletes do it. You mentioned Conor McGregor. People use their intellect to do it. And there's a million different ways for people to be confident in this world and carve out a way in life.
Yeah.
Dude, you mentioned Conor McGregor. He's the man. I love LeBron James. You know that I love LeBron.
Michael Jordan's the GOAT.
Though. Hey, and that's fine. Like I said, I'm not gonna.
Actually, I'm a Kobe fan, so.
Dude, Kobe's the man. They're all good, man. I'm gonna get baited.
LeBron's okay though, I think.
Won't get.
Hey, I know we're on this topic for a quick second. I will say, I think LeBron is unbelievable.
Yeah.
I think it's so cool, and I don't care what anyone says. I think it's so cool that him and his son played together.
Yeah, it's sweet.
Even though he's in the G League now, whatever. I don't care. I think it's so cool they're on the same team.
Yeah.
And they played together.
Yeah, it's sweet.
I don't care if you hate LeBron James. You should think that that's very cool.
Yeah. No, look, dude, I'm from Northeast Ohio. I love LeBron. I think
a little too much, maybe.
Well, yeah. Well, look, don't get me wrong. I think it was cool to see. Dude, I've got a whole bag of opinions on that. I mean, we have to run a sport podcast.
We've talked about this.
Yeah, I have to run a sport podcast for that. I think that there are a lot of perks with being a king. And a lot of perks of being a king. I think you can pull a lot of strings and maybe get your boy on the court that and probably isn't good enough to be there. Yeah. In any case, that being said, look, funny about LeBron. So it's about like year 3. And we'll talk about confidence, right? What confidence can do for a person, what confidence can do for anybody. And LeBron's the extreme, but there's something to take away from this. It was like year 3, I want to say now. Dan Gilbert, he's the owner of the Cavs, drafted LeBron, the whole 9. I think he had LeBron. He was talking about a story. I think it was year 3, year 4, LeBron's in the league. Then he brought LeBron out to his yacht. And on that yacht, you had like some of the most high-profile individuals that you can find. I mean, like the best chefs in the world. You had actors. I think you had Tom Hanks and Tom Cruise was on that ship, and a bunch of high-profile businessmen. I'm not joking. I want to say Donald Trump was on that ship. I'm not kidding.
Hey, he's the new president.
He is the new president.
We don't need to get into that.
Yeah, well, we won't do that. Yeah, we could get people all riled up. Here's the deal. Dan Gilbert specifically says that he was in awe about how like the most high-profile people in their respective industries could not take their eyes off of LeBron.
They're just jaw dropped by him.
Just couldn't believe it, man. They're just stunned by his confidence and just the appeal that he has, just that polarizing effect that he has on people. Now, we're not all world-class athletes and the best basketball player that ever lived or famous or whatever. No, but there are definitely certain things that we can grab onto in life that inspire us, allow us to be confident. And Donnie,
I think everyone in this world, every human being has something that they should be confident in. Whether that's being a confident father or being confident in school or in business or just confident in yourself to be able to be successful in whatever way that is.
Yep.
Everyone should have confidence, and they may not have found that confidence yet, but everyone has it somewhere inside of them.
Look, if they don't, they should. And it's sad if they don't.
Yeah.
And it's something that needs to people need to seek that out, right?
Sure,
people need to get intrusive and introspective and see what they can do to find something like that. I'll tell you though, being confident doesn't mean you have to come from a certain kind of circumstance. You even mentioned before, we were talking a little bit off air about how in sales, you look for a certain mold, right? It's like a guy's supposed to be, tall, handsome, good looking, whatever.
And they could be horrible at sales.
You look at that guy and say, "Oh my gosh, he'd kill it." And he comes in, he absolutely couldn't sell anything.
He just freezes.
Barely has a heartbeat.
Yeah.
And then you got a guy who literally looks like a troll, and it's like, holy crap, man, that dude's gonna set records, right?
Something just opens up when
confidence is funny, and it's found in a bunch of different ways. And when you find it, it makes you powerful. It allows you to make good choices. It allows you to say yes when it's right and say no when it's necessary and not be influenced improperly, right? Everybody's influenced. We all have people that we aspire to be like. But all too often, man, we can be deceived if we're in the wrong room and we don't have the right confidence, don't have our wits about us. In any case, look, I'm from Youngstown, Ohio, right? If you know where Youngstown is, if you've never been there, first of all, if you've never been there, remedy that. Get there and treat yourself.
Here's the thing. Youngstown is as busy as L.A., California, Los Angeles, California.
They call Youngstown the mini L.A. They call Youngstown the L.A. of the East. It's funny.
One thing I will give you about Youngstown.
Yeah.
I still need to fact check this. I think I have, but I still don't believe it.
Get your phone out and do it right now. I know
Handles was started there, and Handles ice cream is unbelievable.
Yeah, it was started there. That's why people, we hover above the average weight limit in Ohio. We're chubbier in Ohio, dude. It's because we make good ice cream. Yeah, Handles rips, dude. And you're right. You're welcome, Utah. It's out here because of Youngstown.
It's on every corner now here in Utah.
We bled for that, dude. It ain't even our best either. If you're in Youngstown, you look at Handles. Handles ain't even our best. But in any case, you're welcome. Confidence is found everywhere. You don't have to be born in a prominent family, right? You don't have to have you don't have to be a trust fund kid. You don't have to
come from the poorest. You can come from the richest, and you can find that confidence, and it'll help you elevate to levels that you would probably never even imagine. Actually, not to get kind of cheesy on that, but I have found myself in things that I do when I have confidence. And if you know me and know my personality, I'm always jokingly being confident in anything.
Yeah.
Like for instance, if Derrick Henry was running at me, I know I'm gonna freaking knock him out. Is that true? No, probably not. But I do it jokingly.
You
but
have a chance,
that
though.
confidence helps people like our guest Dave Anderson.
Yeah.
He brought this up. He's like, Donnie, you're always joking, but you're so confident in your answer. You're saying like, you're going to knock me out. You're going to knock Conor McGregor out. I know 90% of the time that's not true, but I know if I go with that confidence, people that, man, that dude really believes in himself.
Well, it's attractive, man. Look, and even though you're doing it, in a funny way, it's attractive.
And some people probably think that he's a douche, and that's okay. That's okay. They don't know my personality. But, but yeah, go ahead.
No. But the point's taken. I think here's what I want to focus in on. It's not something that has to be predetermined. You don't have to come from a certain place.
Sure.
You don't have to have a certain thing given to you. You can find your place in the world, your confidence. You can find that, and when you have it, that allows you to operate on a little bit of a different level.
Yeah.
And so that's what I'm suggesting.
I think with that, Kevin, I mean, I work with a lot of people.
Yeah.
I connect with a lot of people. I've realized for myself and with working with these people, I think once you start hitting incremental goals, whether that is in real estate and owning a lot of real estate, or that's making a certain amount of money in a certain year, or whatever those goals will be, those things build your confidence, and you know you're going to get through that. Perfect example, actually, and I hate to keep talking about myself here, but perfect example. Me and my wife, Brinley, we bought our first condo. Well, actually, I bought it before I was married to Brinley. Man, I don't even know what year that was. I think it was 2016 or 17.
Okay.
I remember when I bought that thing, my mortgage on that house or on that condo was only $700.
Oh, yeah.
$700.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Which I thought that was a lot then.
Yeah.
But I remember then me and Brinley get married, and we're looking to buy a new home because we're planning to start having kids, and we kind of want to settle where we want to stay for a long time, which we are where we're now.
Yep.
I remember when we said yes to building this home or purchasing this home where we are now. I remember the first night I laid in bed until we were about to move in the house. I told Brinley every night, what the hell are we thinking?
Yeah.
Every night. And I had low confidence in myself. But I remember there was a time when I woke up, I said, we're going to figure this out.
Yeah.
Not that we couldn't afford it, but it was a much bigger payment from $700.
Yeah.
And not that you should go into every situation saying, we'll figure it out in that moment. But I think there's certain aspects like in life that you need to go in with that confidence that you're going to figure it out. Because guess what? If you do that, you will.
Well, I think one of the things you're speaking to too is that you'd also had that confidence you'd figure it out because you'd won before.
Yeah.
You guys bought the house before.
For sure.
You kind of made that work. And then, it was at the time, that was a big thing. And then, you made it work and you moved on to something bigger. And that confidence is brought on through having wins in the past.
For sure.
It's a great point. It's something, again, I want to make sure that I'm speaking this right because, again, anybody who finds that little spark, and it doesn't matter where you come from. It doesn't matter, really what you have going on. You find that little spark, you hold yourself a little bit differently, and you can carve out your way through life.
It's going to take you far.
It takes you a lot farther than just allowing life to happen to you, right?
And it's going to bring joy. It really will.
For sure. So
not just from a money side. Like I know we're talking about sales here, but I think confidence will just boost your happiness. It really will. You have to find that spark, and you got to run with it.
You do.
You have to. Whatever that confidence piece is inside that little body or your big body, like find it, run with it, and it's going to bring you success in many, many aspects of life.
Dude, I'll tell you what, it's funny. So I mentioned before, I'm from Youngstown, Ohio. And so in Youngstown, if you look at Youngstown, man, so we didn't have a lot of money growing up. But we weren't the exception. It wasn't hard to be poor in Youngstown. You look around, nobody had anything.
Yeah.
So it was operating on the same level. But it's a little bit tougher spot to grow up in, man. People are hard. People are hard-nosed. For me, growing up, I'm this short, chubby, pale, freckles all over my face. red hair.
Tanned in the summer.
Yeah, burnt like a lobster even in the winter. Just curse from the get-go out the womb, man, with that red hair. And but I'm going to tell you something, Donnie. I found a little bit of confidence when I was a young kid, avoiding wedgies by telling jokes, man. I'm not joking. Avoiding getting my head dunked in a toilet by telling jokes.
You're good at telling those jokes.
Hey, well, look, dude, it was fight or flight, man. You know, I didn't want to get swirly day after day and tell a joke, man. But it's funny, you know. I remember, as I was young, I could kind of feel myself being able to kind of dodge in and out of situations with humor.
Sure.
Later in life, a buddy of mine said, "Yo, brother, we should go out and we should try to sell some things." He had been far along in door-to-door sales and invited me on that on that journey, and one thing led to another, and was able to capitalize on that. Point is, whatever it is, you mentioned it, everybody should have something, right? If you don't, man, get intrusive. Like, take a second, settle down, figure out what you like, figure out what it is about yourself that you can create that spark, or ask other people. One of the most important things that I've also found in leadership, a lot of times leadership is inspired by people who are looking at you and who are telling you how incredible you are. In fact, for me, now I'm not trying to inflate ego, and I'm also not trying to blow smoke. It's not like you got to go up to people and butter them up, especially if it ain't there.
For sure.
But I am telling you, man, that a lot of times people seeing something in another that they don't recognize in themselves can spark that kind of confidence that runs for a lifetime.
Yeah.
So it's important. If you don't know what it is, figure it out. I think everybody deserves to be a presence in a room. I personally have sat in too many rooms growing up throughout the course of my life where I didn't feel I had a voice, where I felt my voice was taken from me.
That's a very good point, because everyone wants to be heard.
Everybody wants to be heard.
Everyone. I don't care who you are. You could be the mute on this earth. They still want to be heard in some way.
Well, Donnie, I was even speaking to it. Even later in life in my career, I've sat in rooms where, I felt like I didn't have a voice, felt like like my voice was taken from me. Doesn't last long because I remember, no, it doesn't matter where you come from. You have ideas, you have opinions, and I've made the mistake of keeping them inside too many times when damn right something should have been said.
Sure.
Right? And so I think it is a constant progress, regardless of where you are in the life cycle of business or just wherever you are in life. It's a constant progress. You have to continue to check yourself and remember, no, you've had wins in the past, or no, these are the things that you're good at, and speak up when it's necessary and not be deceived because you don't know better or because you don't have the confidence to stand up and make a move on your own. In any case, don't want to get long-winded about it. Just wanted to send a message off to our listeners and to our viewers as we kind of slide into season 2. We got a lot of cool stuff. We got some repeat, really, really cool guests coming along. We've got some guests that have never been here, never graced our stage, and we're going to welcome them as well, learn from them, and it's going to be a ride. But in any case, until that happens, Brother McGinnis, it has been fun to share a stage with you, brother. It's been a ride, and we're going to catch these fools on the flip side.
Yeah,
man.
it'll be sweet. This was a great season, and grateful for all the listeners and people that have followed along, and I'm excited to share season 2 with you guys.
100%. Until that time, we'll catch you on the flip.